How's it going, YouTube? Back at it again with another Balisong video. I'm sure you've probably seen the title. We're going to be talking about the Barebones today. If you want to skip straight to actually discussing it and its specifications, they're going to be down below, some timestamps, so you can go and click on that, skip right to it. But a couple things I want to talk about first. Number one, the daily uploads. So I've been uploading daily for the past couple days. I plan to try and continue that for as long as possible, but with school and work, it's not super easy. Another thing I wanted to mention: this short form type of flipping content, it doesn't do super well on YouTube. People make it work, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of days to make it work. I'm thinking about maybe making some higher effort content. Just let me know in the comments what you think, what you'd like to see maybe, and give it some thought. I've been thinking a lot about what I actually want to do with this channel. Right now I'm kind of just messing around, making videos, but I mean, maybe I want to get more serious. Maybe I want to make better content. Who knows? But yeah, today we're flipping the Triton V2, one of my favorite flippers right now. Squid Industries. We got the squid socks to match. Looking kind of fire. And yeah, I mean, I got my whole Bali case here so I can switch between Balisongs, but I also got this Squiddy Bee, I think it's called the Squiddy Bee plastic Balisong trainer. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, this thing's light as hell, and dude, you can like hit this Mach speed against your hand and it would not hurt. It's just kind of hard to feel it in your hands, I guess, at this weight. But that's just plastic Balisongs for you. But yeah, we got the whole squid kit out. I might as well get my Mako. Hold on. Yep, got the squid trifecta right here with the squid socks. Let's go. The Mako is such a beautiful knife. I love it. I love it, and it feels so grippy. Anyways, it's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about the Barebones. So this is a BRS product. This is not a clone, which I know it gets cloned quite a bit nowadays. BRS, and you can tell it's quite beat up, right? See right there, this thing has been used heavily. And by heavily I mean I learned a lot of my tricks on this knife, so I feel like I'm pretty qualified to actually give a decent review on this knife. So to get started, this will cost $225 from the Blade Runner Systems websites or Blade HQ. This is the skeleton stainless steel handle version. I know they make some that are like different. It's not skeleton, but that's just the one I have. And to get right off the bat, I don't think this is worth the price. $225 stainless steel Balisong that runs on washers. I can't see this being a $225 Balisong. It doesn't really flip like it. So one of the big problems with both the Replicant and the Barebones is taking it apart. So one of the big problems is this Loctite. The pivot screws are screwed on so tight, plus Loctite. So because of this Loctite, it is really hard to disassemble. Out of the box, this thing comes with a latch as well, which I flipped for the longest time with the latch, but I never liked it because, man, taking this thing apart is such a pain. It's hard to get that latch out. You have to disassemble the entire knife, including the Zen pins, which are also Loctited. So it's just a pain. It really is just a pain. I just recently took it apart and fixed the tune. This is the tolerances I could get, the best tolerances I could get on it. I mean, maybe you can get better, but that was the best tolerances I can get on this knife. And it's on washers, man. This is a stainless steel Balisong on washers with tons of Loctite, and it comes with a latch. For $225, I don't think it's worth the price, man. And I used to be the biggest Blade Runner Systems fan until I recently got the Alpha Beast, which I'm gonna be making a video on as well in the future. So I don't really want to. I'll show it. The Alpha Beast, let me just say, is way better. I like it a lot better, but it still has some problems. So we'll get into that eventually. I know the last couple videos I've been making have been problems about companies and knives, but I'm just gonna get them out of the way. let me be completely honest here. I'm making these videos about the Benchmade 51 it was, yeah, and my Barebones because I'm planning on selling them sometime soon, so I might as well make these videos before I sell them. Get them off my hands. So I have a couple more problems. Number one, this thing is heavy as a mother freaker. Just hitting it against my hand, that hurts, man. That bruises over time. And this thing, it really tires you out from flipping it for a while. A couple other things. Number one, this tang right here. Focus. Oh, there it is. This is really sharp. They didn't really sand it down or make it smooth at all. This thing will constantly like scratch you. It'll irritate the skin from rollovers. And you can also pinch really easily. Right here, this is milled extremely sharp as well. And it just doesn't feel good on the hands when you run your finger across that. For a $225 Balisong, it really doesn't feel worth the price. And I say that because washers, plus the material, plus the weight and the flippability, it's just not worth the design. There's a reason why the Barebones isn't as popular as some of BRS's other products. It's because it simply isn't as worth the price. The replicant comes with G10 scales, it has good grip, it's much lighter, and I mean it still has the disassembly problems that the Barebone has, but I think it's way easier to flip. This thing is like, this is 5.29 grams, I believe, or ounces. I forget, but it's a hefty boy. Like, people have made this comparison as well. I have a Lucha in here. Yeah. So if you were thinking about getting the Barebones, which I feel like not a lot of people are nowadays, just get the Kershaw Lucha. This thing will net you like 75 bucks or something, maybe even less, and it's like the exact same way. It has the same kind of feel to it, the stainless steel handles with the milled out middle sections, very similar weights. Like, I honestly prefer the Lucha flippability wise over the Barebones, and this is unmodded. Lucha has a lot, the Kershaw Lucha has a lot of modability. Like, yep, it just says my full name right there. I might have to blur that out. I don't know yet. But yeah, you can also get it laser engraved with whatever you want. A name, I don't know if you can do anything else, but yeah. The Lucha, I think I prefer over the Barebones, and it's a very similar product. That being said, I think the Barebones is generally not the worst flipper. I think it's bad for the price, but I also don't think this is a terrible product. I think there are a few small changes Blade Runner Systems can make to make this truly a B tier or A tier knife, but as it stands, this is like a C or D tier knife. The fact that this comes with a handle out the box, it's hard to disassemble. The smoothness on some of these bevels, like the tang, and part of this spine right here. That's not a spine. It's I don't know what this is called. Either way, like, also I forgot to mention right here. See how this is just a sharp corner? That hurts sometimes. That can get in the way, and it'll just hurt. Overall, it's not a comfortable knife to flip. It's a nice knife. It looks cool. Like, this looks cool as hell, and it sounds pretty alright. But since it's washers, it's hard to get a good tune. And it's heavy, so it will bruise you. And a lot of knives are moving away from the heavier design, which, you know, some people prefer heavier knives, but I think stuff like the Kershaw Lucha at a cheaper price is very similar. And other knives like a Monarch, which is really expensive, just to do it better. Either way, that's kind of a tangent. I was just saying that. So if you like heavier Balisongs, that's something you might be interested in. But I don't think the Blade Runner Systems Barebones skeleton stainless steel handle version is worth the price. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Barebones. I might just do a little more flipping. One thing I've noticed with Blade Runner System knives, I heard a lot in the community that the Loctite on all of their products is pretty intense. So one way that I found, I actually messaged this guy on Instagram who he does restorations of knives, and as you saw with my Barebones, it was pretty beat up. This is after I restored it too. Like, it was not doing well, but I figured out how to restore it and actually make this thing flippable again. But yeah, so like I said, the problem with the Loctite, a great way to do this that I found worked was running a lighter actually over these pivot screws. By using a lighter on these pivot screws, you actually heat up the Loctite and make it easier to remove. That is the only way you're able to remove Loctite on any Balisong or any type of knife, is through heat, which I know a lighter isn't the best way to put heat on a Balisong or any type of knife, as it might remove some of the heat treatment. But that's the best way I found to work. And if you can't do that, or you already do and you have a problem with the pivot screws spinning because you only have one side of the screw actually like screwable, the other half is a circle, what you can do is squeeze the handle with one hand while you apply the force to screw the screw on the other one. This will prevent the screw from spinning. But yeah, that was my experience with the Barebones. I mean, there's a good reason I'm selling it. I don't think it's worth the price. But yeah, one little correction I wanted to make before I end this video: the Benchmade 51. I found out after recording that video that these are actually discontinued. It happened a long time ago. Like, I don't know how I didn't even know this. People haven't really been talking about it too much, or at least not that I've seen. But I was kind of shocked to see that. And you know what? It makes sense. These are a relic of the past. That's what it really feels like. They had their place. They're moddable. They filled a niche in the community that no other knife did. But that time has passed. Now that these aren't being produced, they might honestly go up in value as more of a collection piece. I also saw online that people are wanting to buy these unmodded, which honestly, I might hold on to mine and just give it some time before people mod their own, and see if the price can go up maybe, since they're not being produced anymore. Who knows? But yeah, I think I'm just gonna end the video there. I'll end this video off with some flips from my Triton V2 real quick. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Have a good night. Like, subscribe, y slice pizza, you know what it is.